Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on YouTube for the Sop Motorsport Round 2 of the Winter Sprint at Misano. I'm joined once again by my commentator in arms, an all-round good guy, SOP Curly Red, otherwise known as Bailey. How we doing, Bailey?
Very, very good. Thank you very much. Yeah, very excited for this one, Misano.
Excellent. We are indeed here for Misano. It is round 2 of the Winter Sprint. Round 1 was last week. We have 5 more races to go, Bailey. I'm not sure I can handle the excitement after last week, to be honest, but we will try our best. This is, of course, Misano. We've got Hungary, Suzuka, Kyalami and Barcelona still to come, my friend. How excited on a scale of 1 to oh my god are you exactly?
Oh my god.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. That's what we like to hear. We are at the moment in the middle of qualifying. We've got 2 minutes of that, a minute of that left. Matt Serves is in the lead with Baggy in second. Of course, he won the first race. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to bring up a quick look at the standings, Bailey. If I can just make this click this and this. There we go. Technology, it's a wonderful thing. So here we go. Here is the standings after round 1, Bailey. And as we can see, Baggy, absolutely fantastic race. Hunted down from 3rd, I believe. I think we're getting a bit of lag issues. Okay. Tell you what, Bailey, do you want to talk us through the standings as I quickly just try and fix it? I've had a bit of an issue with the pictures.
Yep. So, what have we got? Baggy won the race and he had a huge battle with his teammate, AJ to the peak. Both in different cars. One, Baggy's in the Porsche and AJ in the Bentley. I think AJ was leading actually, and we had a bit of a fright because they were getting so close to each other. And that panned out quite well for Baggy. I think when AJ pitted, he came out and he had a bit of a problem. He was on the gravel, lost a lot of time, and subsequently Baggy got the win in his brightly coloured Porsche.
Indeed, Team Indigo Lime Racing. I got that wrong a couple of times last week. Indigo Lime is the name of the racing team these guys are in. I've unceremoniously removed the pro standings from the screen there as we're talking. Hello, welcome everybody, welcome along. We are here for the round 2 of the Winter Series. We should be looking, yes, we are successfully looking at the guys lapping just now. That's them getting to qualifying, so we've got about 2 minutes left. We've got the standings back up on the screen.
We've lost John. Nope.
Nope. Have we lost me? Nope. Tell me I'm still here. Hello.
I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me. Okay, how has that happened?
Can someone in the chat say if you can hear Raven fine, then it's me.
Yeah. Yeah, is everybody in the chat? Hello. So my mic seems to be working. Yeah, so guys, let us know in the chat. Can you hear me? Can you hear Bailey? So that's the guys finished. They've got a qualifying time there of 1 minute 33.7, and no surprise at all, it is of course our good friend Baggy. 1:33.768. Absolutely fantastic conditions for racing today, with the track sitting at a gorgeous 20 degrees. So these guys' tyres will be absolutely loving this. As we just quickly have a look, Matt Serves in second, with Gerino in third. Loves to be in third place, does Gerino. Militant's fourth. THKKR is in fifth, with AMPO, who we wrote off Bailey a couple of times last week. All good for us, can hear both. Well, there we go, nobody's lost for us. So it would seem that Bailey might have accidentally hit a button someplace.
Possibly.
But can you hear me speaking, Bailey, yeah?
I can, it's
yes.
It just, you cut out a few times when I think you're talking, so I'm not too sure when I can talk.
Okay, right. Never, Bailey.
So I'll do some
Never! No. That was the agreement we had. Remember, I'm sending you all that money.
Yeah,
that's how it works. But no, we have got Bailey back, thankfully. AMPO, we wrote him off last week, Bailey, at our cost. He's qualified in 6th this week, so much higher up, so he'll be looking to make an attack up at the front. We've got Mr. Deathzone in 7th, TSR Piolo in 8th, Rainmeister in 9th, TJT Adam is in 10th, Corner Cracks in 11th, with AJ to the P down in 12th. So has he got the yips after last week, I wonder, Bailey? We've got Car Mentalist is in 13th, with Jack Racing in 14th, Ian TDI in 15th, TKR Saturn is in 16th, that guitar dude is in 17th, ERX Chromedix, who is new to the league this week, is in 18th, with Lord Megatron down in 19th in his Bentley, and Wilson Big Mike in another Bentley back down in 20th. So I'm going to jump back out so we can quickly jump on board with the action as and when it is ready. So here is another quick look at the standings. Let me just bring them back up. So there is this week's qualifying, and what you're looking at now is, of course, the overall standings. And as we can see, there's a lot of change from last week's finishing results to this week's qualifying results, Bailey. So we could see charges left, right, centre. It's going to be a very, very interesting race.
It is. It is, you're right. And Baggy seems to be the dominant driver so far in the series. And I mean, it's only been one race, so you can't really count anyone out at this early stage. And I think AJ to the piece starting really far down in 12th. Maybe not the track for him. Or he's had a few problems, I'm not too sure.
Very well. Speaking of the track, we are, of course, at Misano, world famous Italian course. Great fun to drive. It can be very tricky and can very easily catch you out if you're not completely on the ball. Here's a little map. It is 2.6 miles long. It has been on the go since the early 50s, I believe. Late 50s, early 60s. And it has gone through a few changes, Bailey. But still, it's a great... You and I have both driven this. I mean, what are your impressions of this particular track?
To be honest with you, when I first drove it, I absolutely hated it. And the second or third time I drove it, it started to rub off on me, and I was thinking, actually, yeah, I can understand why people enjoy it. Just look at the track map. I mean, you've got so many straights and so many odd bits. It's a combination of trick, luck, and skill.
Yes, it's certainly coming along that back straight, along the top there, that track map, Curve 1 or Curve 1, if you're lazy with your pronunciation. That is a harem-scarum braking zone. You come along through two kinks to the right, you have to brake on the third kink to then throw it into a serious right-hander to get you into the penultimate curves and corners. And it certainly will keep you on your toes. Are you watching the guys at the moment, Bailey? How are we looking? Are they off the line?
I was kicked out, I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Let's have a quick look.
I'll try again.
Let's have a quick look. We do have more coming up for you very, very soon, you lucky, lucky people. We have... Let me get rid of this. I have too many buttons. That's the problem I have. Too many buttons, not enough brains. The joys of technology. So if we get rid of that, we do have... Our next event is on the 13th. It is, of course, an hour of Brands Hatch. That will, of course, be going out live again. Like to see Mustafa, thanks very much. Chris Williams, thanks for joining. Thanks everybody for joining in. So we're doing a quick come around of what's coming up. So our next event, 13th of December, an hour of Brands Hatch, and then after that is the Christmas 2.4 hour Silverstone event. I'm hoping to be racing in that one, I'm not going to lie. So anyone else that's looking to join in, come on, get onto the Discord, give us a like and a subscribe on here, jump onto the Discord. You are joining Bailey and myself this evening. I am Double O Raven, and the gentleman on my virtual right, I have been kicked out again, is SOP Curly Red 12. We're having all the technical problems, all the testing, everything's in place. Oh, no, I think
I'm in, so I'm watching.
Perfect. Okay, so we've got Curly and watching the start. The guys, I believe, are still on the grid. They haven't started moving at the moment.
They're on the grid. Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll get that.
Something I did notice though, that is quite problematic. When I joined in, the weather said it was going to be it is raining. It isn't currently.
We've got rain.
For those who not yet, but I do have a feeling it's going to pour down, which is what everyone has speculated in the pro chat. So I can only wonder whether the storm is brewing, and Baggy's disconnected. Baggy is gone.
Oh, Baggy, championship leader and perennial. Well, I can't really use that word, but butt kicker. We'll go with butt kicker. He certainly hasn't taken any prisoners. So that's them on the rolling start. We're looking at the calendar. I'm just going to load back up so we can have a look. This is, of course, the Winter Sprint Series Round 2. We had Round 1 at Zandvoort. Very... Oh, yep, and I'm going to the OK to go. Well, I got kicked out in blue screen, so I'm very quickly loading the game up. Yes, I did. Yes, I got kicked out just before Baggy did, which is why we're looking at the calendar. Did you like the way... See, nobody even realised, Bailey. That's how smooth we are, my friend. Like butter.
Good catch.
Yes, thank you very much. So we are loading up. I'm just impatiently tapping the X button on my joypad to get us loaded back in for the action. We do have a full formation lap. So fingers crossed, touch wood. Everyone, cross your eyes, cross your legs, cross your fingers, cross your toes. Let's hope we make it back in on time. Bailey will keep us. We did have a qualifying time, and everyone likes to know. So we've got a track temperature of 20 degrees. We are going to, looks like we're going to get some rain, but the guy's putting a qualifying time of 1 minute 33.768, which I can assure you is pretty decent, Bailey. Wow. I've certainly never seen a time like that myself.
2 seconds quicker than me, probably.
And I think that's possibly being slightly ambitious, Bailey. They're about 4 seconds quicker than me, I'm not going to lie.
20 seconds.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We've got full tanks of fuel though, Bailey. That's what it is. They're on quality.
That is true.
So I'm frantically typing in the password. We do need shorter passwords so I can get in quicker. I will bring that up with the boss. Let me just... Why is that suddenly not... Oh, it's because I'm looking at the wrong screen. There we go. If I look at that screen and do that.
Alright,
and here we go. We are in. Baggy is back in the pit, so he's going to have to start in the pit, which has promoted Matt Sears.
That's exciting.
First place, so Baggy is going to get the chance to carve his way through the field. So come on, in the chat, everyone say hello, give us a hi. Who's your predictions for the race? Who we're going to see? Baggy, of course, is well capable. We saw last week some great battles with AMPO. Mr. Death Zone and his Ferrari did quite well till he made a mistake. AJ to the P obviously can never be written off. That guitar dude and Lord Megatron were a lot higher up the field last week as well, Bailey, so I'm expecting big moves from those guys as well.
Yeah, a lot of really good drivers in the Pro Championship, and I'm very excited as they come around the final corner to see what they all can do. Here we go.
This is coming round. Here we go. Coming across the start-finish line, and there we go, and there's drive-through per position, so 2 drivers have been given drive-through penalties off the start line. As we see them all coming into turn 1, and 3 or 4 wide in the centre of the pack, and there's an absolute gaggle of cars coming through there. The front guys got away pretty cleanly. We're on board with Mr. Death Zone, and he has run himself a bit wide. We see in the background another 3-4 wide situation as we jump on board. And there's a bit of double contact there. That looked like a bit of eagerness on the brake, a bit of a concertina effect from TJT Adam. Baggy has now been released from the pits, or has he been released from the pits? Baggy, he has been released from the pits, so he will now be quickly looking to make his way through the field as Matt Sears has had a great start, Bailey, and he is out cleanly in the front by almost a second. And here we are, as we can see this procession of cars coming through. Audi, Porsche, Bentley, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bentley, Lexus, the top 10. Beautiful cacophony of colours as well. Look at this, the sounds and the sights there, Bailey. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm just looking back down the pack, and it seems that, AJ's gone up 2 positions in his Bentley. He's got a queue of cars behind him. MVB Corner Crack, ERS Chromadex Wilson, Big Mike, TKR Saturn, that guitar dude with the drive-through, and Lord Megatron with a drive-through. They're all closely following him behind, which is a... and I just seen Mr. Deathstone's gone off. Mr. Deathstone just sent it on someone into the final corner, John. I don't know what happened there.
We missed that one there. Yeah, well, he's off the driving line. Looks like he's getting back up to speed. So I think he's recognised that he's made a mistake there. We've jumped back on board with Militant. Again, Bailey, this looks like it's going to be another race where the front runners just show off their driving prowess. The top four could be separated by an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini at the moment. They are right on top of one another and absolutely keeping Matt up front. Very, very, very honest here. Yeah,
I've not actually seen Matt Curve race before. I'm not too sure if I've commentated on his driving before, but Militant's definitely keeping him company. And as you said, the three Audis are 1, 2, and 3 with THKKR looking to make that 1-2 by the looks of it and make his Porsche known to Gerino.
Oh yeah, he certainly is. And Gerino, as we know, he loves a third place. Last season he took third place, and after a 6-week championship took it by 1 point. Qualified third last week, finished third last week, and is currently running Bailey in third. Yes. So he is loving life on the podium. We'll quickly jump on board. We'll give AMPO some time. Oh, who have we got?
I was going to say jump onto Baggy because these are made 2 positions off with the 2 drive-through penalties, and he's actually had to overtake them on track.
Wow. So there you go. That just shows you the level of pace that Baggy's got. Now I think Baggy, sorry, I'm getting far too excited for myself here. Baggy, I know I'm tripping over. Put your teeth in the right way around, and that'll help. So, Baggy is obviously he's actually still a lap down, because as you can see as he's driving around there, you'll see frantic blue flags waving because the cars behind him are a lap ahead technically. So he still needs to really get the foot there. Yeah, you see the blue flags, now that means that he's still a lap down. Yeah, so that really, that pit entrance, because this is such a short lap, 1 minute 30, that pit exit can really take up the time. You have to wait 30 seconds, so he's lost, over a lap, so he really does have his work cut out for him to get back on board. Absolutely. With that guitar dude, both of their drives through the stuff cleared. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
That's suddenly cleared.
And
so
just a quick look at the chat, by the way.
Yes.
Those 2 did serve their drive-through penalties actually.
Okay.
Hence why Baggy's so close.
Right. Okay. So that is a fight for position then.
Yeah.
As we look on board. No, on you go, bud. Yeah, fill your boots. What are you saying, Dan?
I think we're struggling to hear each other. I'm talking over you. I think I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think there is a bit of a lag issue between you and I. I think Discord might be playing up ever so slightly. I'm not sure. Are you listening to me through the stream or Discord?
No, Discord.
No, Discord. Yeah, right. I think Discord is maybe struggling slightly. But yeah, Dan Racer in the chat. Yeah. Good evening. Ampio for the win. I'll tell you what, that is never a bad shout. Let's face it, Ampio knows how to handle that Lamborghini. We saw last week he put in some serious stints in that car to get himself right back up the order after a poor qualifying, or poor by his standards at least.
Yeah, exactly. And Mustafa just saying in the chat also, Militant won here last Pro Series. Last Pro Series, John.
Oh, right,
if I remember correctly, was absolute havoc. It was flooded. The track was flooded, and drivers were complaining, and so I think the win was definitely one to remember from itself.
Right. Oh yeah, there's nothing better than a rain win. I can tell you, I've had some good results in the rain myself, and it is that extra special keeping it on the track like that. Let me just we're on board now, as I say, with AMPO. We've still got an absolute battle up the front. Matt did get himself to about a second gap, but he's been clawed back down by Militant, the aforementioned Mustafa. He did win here, and he is looking to make moves on the leader as the 2 of them are pulling away from this group behind. So we seem to have a group of two, and then this cheeky little group of 4 or 5 cars that are just, at the moment, being backmarked by AJ to the P. We don't imagine that's going to be the position for much longer, do we, Bailey?
No, he's been all over the back of Rainmeister for at least a lap and a half now. Both in equal cars, both in the Bentley, but AJ is riding the curves and he's looking like he wants to make up positions quickly after that qualifying.
I would say so as well, especially as he managed to hold on for second place in the championship. He certainly will not be looking to lose any more ground to his Indigo Line teammate, Baggy. In fact, with the current positions as they stand, AJ to the P, I imagine everyone in the championship will be looking to maximise their points tonight, given that Baggy unfortunately did disconnect and had to start from the back. So this is going to blow this championship, Bailey, with the two championship leaders sitting so far down. This thing is wide open.
Oh yeah, massively. And I'm just keeping an eye on the weather forecast in the top right, just in case we see a little rain cloud, because that will definitely throw more than a spanner in the works for these drivers.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, Bailey, just between me and you, okay, let's keep this a secret, but I've secretly got my fingers crossed for rain. I'm doing a little rain dance in between commentating here, love a bit of rain, love a bit of rain. So
I think everyone in the chat should be doing it as well.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, let's see your rain dance emojis. Let's find some rain dance emojis. So come on, let's all pray for rain. Give us the rain. We're on board with TJT Adam, obviously one of my favourite drivers because he is in that Ferrari. Is there any other car worth driving, Bailey? No, you're correct, there's not. So he is in the Ferrari. The Porsche. Well, I'll tell you, the Porsche, that is a monstrous car. We do have Porsche well represented in this group. We've got THKKR, who's up harassing Girino for his third place. I think he's literally going to have to wrestle it from his cold dead hands. We know how attached Girino is to third place. We've got TSR Piolo. We've got a great mix of cars as well, Bailey. Absolutely great mix of cars. Bentleys, Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Audis. It would be good to... Oh, there is a Lexus, of course. Sorry, car mentalist.
Yeah, two Lexus.
In fact, we've got two. Alan Corner Crack as well, who's in the pit. We've got someone else in the pit as well, Jacques Racing.
Yeah.
So two guys very early doors into the pits.
Very early.
So they will be looking to run a long stint. They'll be hoping to get out in front of Baggy, who is coming into... Oh, he's only into Sector 2 now. So, in fact, has he gotten past him? Are we waiting on the timing board to update? I think we might be.
Well, isn't he a lap down? So I don't actually understand that, John. Can you explain? Because I don't know how it's possible for him to be a lap down.
So what's happened is he spent that long in the pits. When you don't hit drive or you get disconnected and then reconnect, you have to wait 30 seconds for the race to actually start. Then you have to slowly exit the pit lane. This lap's only a minute and a half. So if you give up 45, 50 seconds and then come out on outlap tyres, because all these guys, they'll have had warm brakes and everything. Warm brakes, warm tyres. So their first lap will be massively, massively quicker than Baggy's. So he is still down to Corner Crack and Jack's Racing. So that shows you just how much of a penalty starting in the pit is. That's absolutely devastating.
Oh, I think someone's had a problem.
Okay.
TJT Adams got a problem, I think, in the black Ferrari. He's just been overtaken by Rainmeister and AJ to the P. He's gone very slow.
Oh, yeah, so he is. And it looks like Rainmeister might have made a mistake as well. He's gone side by side, and AJ has made up 2 places very quickly. And the Ferrari's come back through, so I don't... Yeah, you're right. I think he's made a mistake. It's all go here, and we've now got ourselves a Ferrari sandwich by a Bentley on either side, with a Bentley in front of them and a Ferrari behind. So this is turning into a bit of a gang rivalry here. I think there might be square go in the car park, as we say up here in Scotland. This is certainly getting interesting. As the Ferrari runs out the wide, the Bentley sticks his nose up in the middle, and I'm going to give him credit there. He absolutely had every right to do so. The two of them have gone side by side again. The Bentley, Ferrari running that little bit wider, using a little bit more of the curb as they come flying into the last turn to start lap number 8. And the Bentley's got himself some airtime, and that will not do his undercarriage or his seat any good, I would imagine. So the Rainmeister there really feeling the pressure, and Mr. Death Zone will not be shy about piling more of this on here, Bailey.
Yeah, I can't imagine Mr. Deathson holding back anymore. And is that him going down the inside already?
That is
And he's
Mr.
got him. He's got the
Deathzone. He's
Rainmeister.
absolutely got him
Wow.
already. And I'm wondering if Mr. Deathzone's maybe done some of his aerodynamics as he went off the curb there. It was a heavy bang, or he's maybe just got himself a wee case of the jitters after that mistake. But Chromedix is no slouch. I've raced with this guy and know him, and he is absolutely side by side on the apex.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful move. How well has he held that? And I'll tell you, the Bentley in the background, TKR Saturn's watching this, and he fancies himself a top 10 as they go side by side. Rainmeister sticks it back up the inside, coming onto the curvy one. But all he's done now is giving Chromedix a slipstream. As we see a touch of grass come up there, I think that might have been Mr. Deathzone touching the grass as Chromedix sticks his nose out and
wow.
reminds that Bentley, you might be big, but there's still room for me to get up the side. So Chromedix, I can assure you, when it comes to keeping the driver in front honest, he is a man that is well known for it as he sees that Bentley in his rearview mirror. Oh, and we've got a spinner. We have a Ferrari down. You hate to see it, but Mr. Deathzone, oh, he needs to get his foot off the accelerator, and that's, I'm going to declare that it's his race over. So that is quite a lot of places he's going to lose as we are jumping back on board with the wrong Bentley. We want Rainmeister, who's being closed down, although I'm saying that AJ to the P. I think we should be watching AJ to the P. Do you love a bit of Bentley on Bentley action? There does seem to be more than the fair share of that in these races, Bailey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and it's a run wide. It's a run wide from Piolo. Is he feeling the pressure?
The pressure, absolutely. I don't blame him.
No, absolutely not.
I was feeling the pressure from AJ to the P when he was lapping me 3 times in the Patreon event.
Yeah, exactly. I just to point out, Simon did ask me to say to everyone it was 6 times he lapped you, Bailey, but I promised I wouldn't tell anybody that. That's strictly between us, bud. Don't you worry. Your secret is safe with me. Okay.
We'll half it.
Yeah,
it was
we'll
3
half
times.
it if it's 3. As AJ goes side by side, and I'll tell you what, that little black Ferrari is going to be looking to catch on to AJ's slipstream and make a move here too. This is another great little battle between these pro drivers in the Winter Series. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, hit subscribe, get following on Twitter. Oh, the Ferrari's away! And the Ferrari's away. Adam has stuck it in the sand. The Ferraris are really struggling round here tonight, Bailey.
Huge snap from TJT Adams. I can't. Yeah, just watching it back on stream, it snapped. That was huge. That's mega for the Ferrari driver. And Chromedix is now saying thank you very much. I will take that position.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there's a serious battle there. So. Oh yeah. So Ferrari, Bentley, Audi again. I do have deja vu on this last week, but it wasn't these 3 drivers. This is unbelievable. So I wish we knew where to look all at once, folks, but this driving is incredible by these guys right through this field of 20.
Well, I was...
Oh, and there we go, Ferrari, Bentley side by side. Oh, and there you go, he takes the position. He finally takes the position, and all he's done is left Car Mentalist in. So Car Mentalist is now all over the back. Adam's gone wide, and Car Mentalist has gone through, so he's having an absolute nightmare just now. Definitely
John, we
not
do
enjoying.
have rain in 15 minutes.
Oh, we're getting rain in 15 minutes. Oh, we have rain. Thank you for the rain dance. SOP Motorsports. Look, we got 1 person rain dancing, and that's what we got. We got the rain. I almost bust out Purple Rain by Prince there, but I won't do that to your poor ears.
Copyright.
Copyright. So we are about almost 20 minutes in the race. Matt Serves is having it all his own way up front. He's got himself a nice little gap to Militant at 2.5 seconds. Girino is in 3rd place. There's a shock. THKKR in the Porsche is in 4th with AMPO. He has gotten himself up to 5th place, and he's got AJ to the P behind him. This could get interesting. As I just said, AJ has made his way up to 6th, qualified in 12th, so he's made short work of the field. A couple of mistakes of health, but you can never say no to other drivers' mistakes in these situations. TSR Polo, another Bentley driver up in 7th, and rounding up the Bentley trio in the middle of the pack is of course Rainmeister. Chromedix, new to this league, qualified way at the back. He's got himself up to 9th, so he'll be delighted with his performance so far. TKR Saturn is in 10th with Car Mentalist. In 11 we've got TJT Adam, who's been hit and miss this race so far. He's in 12th with Ian TDI in 13th. We've got Wilson Big Mike, another Bentley driver, in 14th with Lord Megatron. In 15th, and his old friend, that guitar dude. Once again, these guys find themselves on track, side by side, holding one another's hands. They've definitely got anxiety. There's definitely separation issues there, I think.
Oh yeah.
We've got Jacques Racing and yet another Bentley driver. We're going to have to cap the number of Bentleys in this championship, I think. He's in 17th with Corner Crack.
I think so.
In 18th, Mr. Death Zone is in 19th, and Baggy. Poor Baggy, disconnected just at the start of the race, rejoined from the pits. It cost him a horrendous amount of time due to the restrictions on starting from the pits. He still has his mandatory pit stop to take, and the 3 drivers ahead of him have already pitted, so it's not looking great for Baggy scoring many points this week, unfortunately, Bailey.
No, and it's a huge disappointment for himself, but I think everyone, or most of the drivers, especially Matt Curve, which is he in his first race today?
I think this is his first pro race today. I have commentated on him before in an endurance race, Catalonia at night. Very solid. It was raining. He did have a couple of mistakes, but at night in the rain at Catalonia, you're allowed those. I'm going to declare that right now.
30 points as well. 30 points for the win. So that's a huge bag of points, especially in the Pro Championship. You're going to want to get as many points as you can.
I mean, it's certainly...
Finish the race.
Yeah, on you go, mate, if you finish the race.
No, yeah, if you finish the race, it's a good thing. I mean, 30 points to win anything is a great result.
Yeah, and TJT Adams. So this track really not suiting the Ferraris. Mr. Death Zone. He's had a few mistakes in there. So is Adam. Adams had himself a speeding incident in the pit lane and has got himself a drive-through penalty. So this is definitely a track that the Ferrari drivers are going to want to forget in a hurry, Bailey.
Absolutely. I'm just watching. I think, who am I on board with? I'm on board with, well, I've got my highlighter on TJT Adams, and there's a huge, absolutely huge queue of cars going into this final sector. Keep an eye on the Bentley. Who's that? TKR Saturn on Chromatics in the Audi.
Yeah,
keeping it entertained.
There's also some blue flags waving there as well, so I'm not sure who it is that's out of position. Drive through for track limits. Oh, he's got 2 laps left. Sorry. So yes. So sorry. TJT Adam. It wasn't a pit incident. I apologise. He abused the track limits and got the drive-through. He's got 2 laps left to serve that drive-through penalty. So we will get a notification at the end of each lap until he's served that. Girino, though, we're going to jump on board with Girino. We've always said he's a perennial third-place man. He'll be getting himself a nosebleed here. He's that close to taking second place from last season's Misano race winner. Militant as these 2 guys in the Audi. Should we just declare this an Audi track? Straight off the bat, we've got 3 Audis in the top 3.
Well, I mean, we should start talking about which car's best in the rain, I think, John, because we got even more rain than expected.
Ooh, yes, we do.
And it's 5 minutes now we've got.
Okay, well, I tell you what, this is going to help Baggy get 3 places back, and the reason for that is he still has to take his mandatory pit stop. The drivers ahead of him don't.
Pit stop.
They're going to have to come. They're possibly going to have to come in for wet tyres. He can do that on his mandatory. So, given the pace that Baggy's got, he could claw his way back, but that's not going to give him a massive amount of points. And like I say, this is absolutely going to play clean into the hands of AJ to the P, who's in the pits now. But well, there you go. Once again, commentator gets shot in the foot. I expected AJ to stay out a bit longer and get himself some wet tyres when the rain comes. But he is pitted now. And he is still in the pits. So, has he gone light on fuel early, Bailey?
Well, he was far back, and we know how quick he is in that Bentley. So I'm a bit perplexed on what's happened there, because he wasn't completely gaining on Ampio massively, but he was definitely at the right the right pace. So, oh, we do have a yellow flag. Who's that? 60-something. Who's that?
It's TJT Adam in the
66,
Ferrari, I
TJT
believe.
Adam.
Yes, it is.
Again.
So his race is just going from bad to worse.
Bad to
Definitely
worse.
not enjoying this experience. We are back on board. Sorry, who was it? There it was. It was TKR Saturn. So we've still got this lovely little battle in the middle for 9th here between Saturn and the Bentley, Car Mentalist and Alexis, and Big Wilson Mike, or Wilson Big Mike. We're calling you Mike. 2 thumbs up, Mike. These three guys are absolutely on top of one another. I would suddenly, surprisingly declare, oh look, that guitar dude's very close to Lord Megatron, but that would just be deja vu at this point. So these two, I do think we need some kind of slight inquiry though, Bailey. I maybe shouldn't, but I'm calling this, I'm allowed to call it like I see it. But those two guys not in Bentley, were they not both in Bentleys last week?
Who?
That guitar dude and Lord Megatron.
Hold on.
Was that guitar dude in an Audi last week? I can't remember. I was sure he was in a Bentley.
Lord Megatron was. That guitar dude was in an Audi.
Oh, he was in an Audi. I apologise, that
Stop
guitar
trying
dude.
stitching people.
I know.
Up, John.
Casting aspersions on your good name, my friend. That'll be me. Muted in the Discord chat. My apologies. I'll send you a bunch of flowers. And the usual
As
pictures
if,
you keep
the
requesting.
rain wasn't enough.
I know we're demanding. It's Ian TDI, another driver that's coming to the pit. Now, I'm not sure if these guys are looking at the weather report, because I would not be putting wet tyres on now. I would be pitting it. If I was these guys, I'd be waiting until the track was actually wet before I removed these tyres. Unless the track temperature, no, it's dropped a degree, Bailey, so it's not like they're losing temperature over the piece before the pit. So these are some, I'm going to be honest, some strange decisions. We might need to start doing driver interviews.
I mean, oh, absolutely, I'm well up for that. And what's odd about that is, like you said, the rain's coming in 5 minutes. It is light. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be light. But I know people asked in the pro chat whether they would actually need to put these rain tyres on. Will it help? Will it, what matters? As we see AJ to the B take TJT Adam. Maybe fresh tyres for the light rain will benefit people like AJ to the B early on. Then once it gets heavy, so that'll be 10 minutes after, when all the other top guys are struggling and they jump onto the wets, so can AJ to the P. Maybe that's his thinking.
Yeah, that could well be. That would certainly be a valid strategy. He is the lead car that has pitted, and we've got rain falling. Rain is falling all around. No, that's meant to be snow. Sorry, there we go. That's too Christmassy. Too Christmassy. Let's not do that to our viewers. Jump back over with Girino. So we'll have a quick run through as the rain starts. So at the moment, and we've got a black Ferrari in the background off the track, and if that's JT Adam, it is. So he's about to lose another bunch of places here, Bailey. This is not the race. Well, he can't. This race can't finish quick enough for that young man tonight.
Oh no, absolutely not. Oh, he's gone off again. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to pit surely. Yeah, and he goes into the pits.
Yeah, definitely needs to get his head back together, get himself a bit of pit time. So we'll jump back on with Girino, who has been overtaken. We've been watching all the on-track action. He has lost 3rd place to THKKR in the Porsche. He is looking to rain on the parade of the Audis. You see what I did there? So, so he is raining on the parade while the rain is falling. We've still got pit stops to come. I'm not expecting too many drivers in yet, Bailey. It is raining, but the track certainly isn't wet. So there certainly wouldn't be any need, I would say, to pull the trigger quite yet. What do you think? Hello, were you there, Bailey? Have we lost Bailey? Yes, we've somehow lost Bailey. Okay. That's no problem at all. Let me just double check. I'm assuming you can all still hear me. Hopefully. We are... Oh, there we go. There's Bailey again. I heard a hello. There we go. How we doing?
Very good. Sorry, just making sure I can try and stop this this problem we're having. It is affecting me quite a lot with not knowing when you're talking.
Well, we're certainly going to try and overcome yet more technical problems. They're just here to keep us on our toes, Bailey. That's what it is. Much like these drivers with their pit strategies, as Chromedix is coming into the pits with the Rainmeister. Will the Rainmeister live up to his name? I didn't see that. What did I miss?
They were side by side into the pit lane.
Yeah, you ghost in the pit lane, so... yeah, you're fine at that point. Guitar Dude is in 13th then. He is still very, very, very close once again to his good friend Lord Megatron. They do have AJ to the P stalking them. He will be looking to overtake them in the pits, and he's 23 seconds behind, so that is certainly well and truly on the cards for the young man. Chromedix is still in the pits, Rainmeister's still in the pits, and I have been kicked from the game. No. So let me just find something interesting to
look at. At the best part.
I know, seriously, just as the pit stops are starting, things are getting interesting. So let me just quickly, there we go. Let's get this started up as quickly as we can. So this is the Winter Sprint Series. This is round 2. We had Zandvoort last week. Another fantastic race. Baggy, show the pit exit, please. Okay. We will jump to the pit exit, Mustafa, as soon as we get back in, bud. This is Misano round 2, and we've had an unbelievable start. Unfortunately, it has been partially due to technical problems, as Baggy was kicked from the server just as the race started. He had to start from the pit. So our championship leader is way at the back of the grid, and second place in the championship qualified in 12th. He did make it up to 6th and then pitted early, and is back down in 12th, but we'll be looking to raise that position. In fact, is he in 12th? Where is AJ to the P running at the moment?
AJ to the P is in 12th, yeah. Well, hold on, before I say that. Wilson, Big Mike, TKR Saturn, Car Mentalist, and Pio. So 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th have all pitted at the same time. Wow. The track is greasy.
Oh, the track has been upgraded to greasy. Well, the drivers would say downgraded. We are going to go with upgraded, Bailey.
Low Megatron pits. Wow.
Yeah, so there we go. As soon as the track evolved, that was it. Get your tyres on early so you can warm them up as the track's still greasy, and give yourself that extra bit of time. We are just about to reconnect. Sorry, I would show you other interesting graphics, but it takes both hands to type in the password, confirm, and we can now go back to the action. He said, there we go. So, yes.
Green light, give it all you can.
We are back in. We have a track which has evolved. It is looking a bit greasy. It does still say optimum, but it does say we're going to get more and more rain over the next 5 minutes, and it will continue, and it's going to be upgraded in 15 minutes. Stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane for TKR Saturn.
Oh no.
He won't be happy with that. He has had himself a decent race. He's been involved in some good battles, and as he's coming out the pits, he's going to find himself in a world of pain here. Yeah, in that Bentley, right swamped here with Rainmeister, Car Mentalist right behind him, and Chromedix and Jacques racing ahead. AJ to the P's back up to 8th. AMPO has pitted. It has cost him a place, but the guys ahead of him still need to pit, and that would be that Guitar Dude has got himself up to 6th. So he stayed out and looked to get himself some clean track, with Gerino pitting from 4th place. Piolo is taking over that 4th place mantle with THKKR in 3rd, Militants in 2nd, and Matt Serve still hasn't pitted. A fantastic view in his rear view mirror though, as he is tearing away in 1st place, 7.5 seconds. clear of his nearest competitor, so he will be very happy at the way things are going for him so far, Bailey.
Yeah, and just bringing back the point you were talking about, that guitar dude, I think possibly, as he pits,
as he pits, I'm sure they're listening to us, Bailey.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of drivers, they might feel a bit more confident in the rain on the slick tyres before they need to be on the wets. For example, I'm quite okay. I'm happy with greasy tracks, and it doesn't affect me too much. Obviously, your pace goes down dramatically, but I definitely like to catch my cars. So I like a loose car.
Yep.
So with the rain, I'm absolutely fine with it. So some drivers might be benefiting from that, but some others definitely may be struggling.
Definitely. As we see, THKKR, so he's another. So that is our furthest up the field, most lead driver, if you will, who has pitted. He's going to lose himself a bunch of places as well, as Militant is still keeping it nice and clean. 7.9 seconds, so the gap hasn't extended any. I fear that may well be something to do with the amount of back marking traffic they're coming through. It certainly is a busy track. That's the joys of tracks this short, Bailey. You're never ever short of action. With any track that's less than, say, 1 minute 50, you really are always going to have something to contend with, as Matt is making short work of this. Militant actually has dropped off, so he's now 8.7 seconds behind, as Chromedix, who has done himself well here, started qualified very near the back and has got himself up to 9th, and he has pitted. As we see a race leader come into pits. I was just on board with Chromedix there. Race leader has come into the pits, Bailey. So what does Militant do? And they've been disconnected. Oh my goodness.
Possibly follow. Yeah, Militant's in the pits. So yeah, I'll talk you guys through this. Militant has pitted behind the race leader, so he has followed him in. TSR Piolo, who was 20 seconds behind before these guys in front pitted, is he going to join them? No, he's not. He's gone for track position. He seems to be happy in the Bentley. With the rain, as I say that, he's sliding all over the place. And he is going to take the lead. John, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah, sorry, I'm just frantically trying to... I'm going to have to
Cool.
very quickly make some changes. Unfortunately, this has pretty badly let me down.
So yeah, top two pit. Matt Curve is now exiting the pit. I'll update you on where he comes out. Oh, he'll be coming out in second, so that's good. He's coming out in second, but who is it? Gerino, who is coming down the main straight, is absolutely flying with that extra speed. So we'll see if Matt will get out in front. No, so Matt hasn't got out in front of Gerino, so Gerino gets into second, Militant into fourth.
Right, so I'm just going to quickly bring up
ENTDI and TSR Piolo. And Baggy, who got disconnected, as we were mentioning early on in the stream, he got disconnected on the line when we were about to start our formation lap. So he started from the pit lane and then stayed in the pit lane for an extra 30 seconds, and he is the championship leader. Matt Curve has pitted again. Surely that's not correct. He has. He's pitted again. I don't know what's going on here. Matt, who was leading the race quite happily, has pitted again.
Wow, that's quite
I'm sure that was green as well.
Wow, so there we go.
I'm almost certain that was green, that pit board. So he's dropping down the order quite a lot as we watch Baggy pit as well. And it is heavy rain now. Still greasy, but heavy rain.
Excellent. Well, there we go. We do have live footage for you once again. Apologies again, the technological gods do like to test Bailey and I, but we can take it and we will carry on.
Absolutely.
As we're on board with Piolo, who is our on-track leader. He has yet to pit as he's on his 23rd lap, and the rain is going to get a lot heavier, Bailey. The track has now officially been upgraded to greasy, so this is going to be an interesting ending. Has Piolo pulled a blinder by waiting out and you making the most of the tyres
Damp.
at the end?
It's now damp.
Oh, it's now been upgraded further to damp. Excellent. So we've got 3 drivers in the pit. We've got TJT
Okay.
Adam in the pit. We've got Ian TDI, and we have our championship leader Baggy is on the pit exit with 18 minutes left of this race. Can he make an impression? Has he changed to wet tyres? As TKR Saturn is in 16th, Megatron's in 15th, with Mr. Death Zone in 14th. That Guitar Dude's in 13th, with Corner Crack in 12th. Wilson Big Mike is in 11th, with Rainmeister. Will he live up to his name in 10th? Car Mentalist in 9th. Chromedix is up to 8th place, with Jacques Racing in 7th. AMPO is in 6th place, where he started. So he'll be looking to possibly make a couple more places, as he does have THKKR and AJ to the P. Absolutely making the most of Baggy's unfortunate disconnection error, with Militant in 3rd. Gerino is up to 2nd place. And Piolo is in the pit. So Gerino, Bailey, could be looking to take a win here.
I was just about to mention. Hold on. Gerino's in the pits. They're all coming in.
They're all coming in. So
have they not put wets on?
The guys that pitted early obviously haven't put wets on, so now they're all having to come into the pits to put the wets on. This is absolutely going to shake up the order. This is an incredible bit of luck for Baggy as well. Incredible bit of luck for Baggy. If Baggy has put wet tyres on, he could well have pulled himself a blinder here. He is a lap down. He could get himself... He is in striking distance of 7th place, realistically.
Look at them all in the pit.
Yeah, so we've got Militant, who's just come out the pits. We've got Piolo, just coming out the pits. We've got Gerino, who's still in the pits. We've got Mr. Death Zone, who is just leaving the pits. We've got THKR Saturn, who is in the pits. And we've got TJT Adam, who is in the pits. And we're down to 18 drivers. So we have unfortunately had a couple of disconnects. We are looking at a race leader. Matteo, where's the leader? DC, and I've been disconnected as well.
So Matt Curve in the chat. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. Matt, of course, Matt. That's Matt in the chat. Wow. So and I've been disconnected again. So that's absolutely not ideal.
This is not going well, is it? This what should be a really exciting race for everyone to watch. We can't provide you footage of it.
So I am now.
So AJ to the P, 7.5. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I can hear you, Bailey. I can hear and see the picture, but for some reason the window capture doesn't want to pick it up. This is unfortunately, incredibly unfortunate piece of bad luck. I am still watching the race. We do have Militant in the lead. As we were saying earlier, Militant did win this race last season. So he will be hoping to do the same again if he's put tyres on. This really has caught a lot of drivers out.
Well, to add to that bad luck, I'm not going to lie to you, John, I literally can't hear you now. You're breaking up every 2 seconds or so. I can't barely hear you string a sentence together.
So this is not going well. Okay, so can the guys in the chat, can you guys hear me? Can you hear Bailey? I think you might need to change the output to remote play again. Yeah, no, I'm on it, bud. It's more to do with the window capture on Streamlabs. I don't know why I'm constantly being disconnected from remote play. It has signed me in again, but for some reason the window capture isn't changing. It won't show me what I'm looking at through remote play for some reason. I'm sure you guys, can you guys even hear that? You can probably hear that. Oh, it's lagging a bit now. So I'm just very quickly trying to string this back together. We have had problems with the servers throughout races. Unfortunately, it would appear that this one is affecting us quite badly.
Well, just for you guys to know, AJ to the P, who's in second position, who was 8 seconds behind just a little short while ago, is now 5.9 seconds. He is a man on a mission in that Bentley. He is struggling a little bit with the weather. Maybe, possibly, he hasn't got the wets on. I'm not too sure, but he has got extreme pace in that Bentley.
Yeah, he really does. Well, Bailey, unfortunately, every time I connect, this has a hissy fit and kicks out. So I don't know how exactly we're going to make this work. I'm going to give it one more try, just to see what we can do. But it seems that Streamlabs is having some kind of issue. Yeah, and the window capture is just not. Yeah, just a serious senior moment there. So there we go. So I'm up and running there. So I should be able to delete that. So I do have on screen the championship standings. They will change drastically as Militant, who is currently in 14th in the championship, is looking good to win this race with 11 minutes to go. I am, fingers crossed, going to get this piece of technology, we'll call it. I certainly know what I'm calling it in my head. Add source. And it's instantly lost again. So no, for some reason I cannot get reconnected. It just will not.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna miss something absolutely incredible here, and I think it's not a surprise really to me, but sort of is. AJ to the P, 3.8 seconds behind Militant now. I can only imagine Militant is struggling a lot in the Audi.
Yeah.
As AJ is absolutely flying.
As AJ so often does.
Yeah.
AMPO as well. Let's not forget AMPO. Started in 6th place. Clawed his way back last week, and this week he's looked to have done the same, as he's up to 3rd. So that's going to do him the world of good. Given the problems that Baggy's had, that's going to do AMPO's championship charge the absolute world of good. He was, of course, in 4th at the end of last week's race, so he definitely will be looking to claw some points back on Baggy, who has made his way up to 14th and could well face a bit of a charge.
Which is 4 points.
So he'll be looking to increase that by 4 points. Right, why? Yeah, for some reason there is some kind of issue that I cannot resolve, unfortunately. I cannot get your live picture from... I don't understand why it's not showing. Oh, now bear with me, has that worked? No, all I'm getting is a black screen. So yeah, you are guys unfortunately missing out on some cracking racing here at the moment, but I can't, and I've been disconnected again. This is so far beyond frustrating, it's not even funny. I don't understand what the problem is. But no, everything's running fine. Can you still hear me, Bailey? Can you guys still hear me at home? Yeah, I do apologise. Like I say, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not in any way sure what is going on. My mic seems to be spiking out. Let me... okay. So guys at home, I'm just trying a couple of things. I've had to drop Bailey off, I'm afraid. So we're going to try and reconnect, just to free up a bit of bandwidth and space. The race is, of course, still going on. AJ to the P is now half a second behind Militant in the rain. So we are looking at an absolute grandstand finish with 7 minutes to go, and AJ to the P has got the move done. And I tell you, TSR Polo looks like he may well get the move done as well. Let's just see if we can get this to work. Oh, and that's completely blue screened as well. Fabulous. So I do apologise again for the technical issues. I know we've got more and more people joining on. Give us a like and a subscribe. Really sorry we are trying everything we can to bring you live footage of this competition. The race is absolutely heating up magnificently. So we're going to do what we can to bring it back to you. I am just having a look now. So AJ to the P has got himself in the lead. Militant has held off the advances of TRSL Polo in third. AMPO is in fifth with Car Mentalist in sixth. We're just very quickly going to try and wrap this up again. Let me just very quickly grab window capture and add this and this. Oh, the joys of technology. Say hi in the chat. Let's okay, oh my goodness me, has it worked? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And breathe. So unfortunately we have lost Bailey. It would appear that there was a problem with the internet connection, so we have ditched Discord. So it is unfortunately for you guys only me for the last 5 minutes of the race, but the on-track action should definitely make up for that. So what we've missed while we were away, the track is now wet. We do have an inbound thunderstorm, but that shouldn't affect the drivers. They will be finished 10 minutes before that. So AJ to the P is looking to not only close but massively give himself a huge gap at the lead at the top of this, as a championship leader Baggy is down in 14th place in that Porsche after being disconnected. We've got TJT Adam is back in the pits. He has been having a bit of a nightmare in that Ferrari, it's safe to say, so he's back in the pits probably for wet tyres. We've got Ian TDI in 17th, TKR Saturn in the Bentley is in 16th. We've got Mr. Death Zone in the Ferrari in 15th. Baggy, as I say, our championship leader is down in 14th with Wilson Big Mike in 13th. Rainmeister is in 12th with Gerino. Perennial third place man is down in 11th place. So this weather and track condition has really caught some of these drivers out, with Lord Megatron up in 10th. We've got Corner Crack in the Lexus is in 9th with THKKR in the Porsche is up into 8th place with that guitar dude finding himself some clear track in 7th. ERX Chromedix, his first race in the Pro Series, up in 6th place, so he's got to be very happy and looking to hold it together for the closing stages here, with Car Mentalist in 5th. AMPO, another fantastic drive from that young man, got himself from 6th up to 4th, so definitely showing more championship pedigree there, as Baggy very kindly lets the Militant, lets AMPO through. We've got Militant, won at Misano last season. He is in third place with TSR Piolo in second, and he is right up under the rear spoiler of AJ to the P. So we've got some Bentley on Bentley action up at the front of the pack. Now I'm not sure, Bailey, I'm not sure, could somebody jump on? Let me just quickly message Bailey. I'm going to leave you guys watching this. And I'm going to very quickly see if we can get Bailey back in. As we're watching the battle for the race lead here, we have 3 minutes to go in the wet. We have a Bentley and a Bentley battling it out for first place, and this will of course do TSR Polo wonders in his championship, and it's going to really shake things up going into next week's race. If we look at Baggy's the championship leader with AJ to the P in second and STRS Gerino in third. Gerino finds himself back down in 11th and Baggy's down in 15th. So Piolo, who actually didn't finish the first race, is going to find himself on the podium here, and I hasten to think he may even be looking to put the moves on AJ. He is definitely looking to put the moves on AJ. There's not many laps left here, so if he wants to get the job done, it's going to have to be pretty soon, and he is less than 2 tenths. In fact, has he put the move in? He has put the move, so he's taking the lead. So, or has he? AJ's battling back. The two of them are side by side at the start of Sector 2 here, and TSR Piolo has got the job done. As we see AJ to the P overtaken, and coming into the last 2 laps, we have a new race leader. And I'm not busy looking for it, and there we go. Frantically trying to message Bailey as well on Discord. If somebody could message Bailey and ask if he could hear it, if he could jump back in the chat and see if that works and clears up. As AJ's made a mistake, so AJ has got himself all squirrely, and he has lost it coming through turn 4, and that has given TSR Piolo a wonderful sight of no one in his rear view mirror. So he'll just be looking to keep this nice and clean off the curves, little slide at the back there, keeping it interesting for us in commentary. As Car Mentalist in the Lexus. Now the Lexus is a fantastic car in the wet, as anybody knows. It really is, Matt. You're serious, mate. I'm so gutted that you got kicked out as well, but that was going to be a grandstand finish with you on track. As Car Mentalist is looking to put moves on AMPO in that Lamborghini. The Lexus, obviously, an excellent car in the rain, one of the best, we're assured. And as we come on to start their final lap, Car Mentalist will certainly be looking to put the hurt on AMPO. AMPO, of course, last season's champion, finished 4th last week and is now running in 4th, but he's got all kinds of Car Mentalist problems behind him. And speaking of problems, Corner Crack is certainly looking to get himself a job done on Gerino. In fact, I think he has got the job done on Gerino. So Gerino has lost quite a few places. So we're on the last lap. Piolo is leading with AJ to the P in 3rd, and in 2nd with Militant in 3rd. I can't even keep up with it myself. Car Mentalist has got the move done. So while we're jumping through the field, Car Mentalist has got the move done on AMPO. So it's all go. Can Chromodix close the gap? I don't think. No, he's not going to close the gap, but he's certainly got that guitar dude and Lord Megatron not far behind, keeping him honest. THKKR has dropped right down the order. He was up in 3rd earlier. In his Porsche finds himself down in 9th, with Gerino, our podium-loving 3rd placer, in 10th. Corner Cracks in 11th, with Rainmeister in 12th, Wilson Big Mike in 13th, Death Zone in 14th, Baggy down in 15th place, Saturn in 16th, Ian in 17th, and TJT Adam excuse me, is in 18th in the pits. So we're going to jump back on board with Car Mentalist. He's now looking to make a move on Militant, so I'm assuming that Militant is out on the wrong tyres, and Car Mentalist has absolutely got his tyre tuned in. And there goes Militant, so Militant's run wide, so Car Mentalist is absolutely What a last lap winner that guy is turning out to be. He has absolutely put the punishment on in the last lap, made himself up 2 or 3 places, and he is going to take himself a podium. TSR Polo has crossed the line in first with AJ in second. Militant lost out big time there as Car Mentalist takes himself a podium. That's got to be worth driver of the day right there. Militant, AMPO all on top of one another in 3rd, 4th and 5th. AMPO takes himself the 5th place with Chromatics in 6th. Sorry, this is some seriously exciting finishing here. With the 2 Audis of Chromatics and that guitar dude on top of one another to cross the line in 6th and 7th as they do make contact and have themselves a little donut session. Lord Megatron rounding the last corner to take 8th place. THKKR following suit. He's round the last corner in his Porsche to take 9th with Gerino. In fact, has Gerino got the move done? I think he has. Gerino has gained himself back a place. So he's got the move done on THKKR in the closing stages and taken 9th place. So THKKR, he's got a battle to the line. Corner Crack has been overtaken again in the last couple of corners by Rainmeister. So Rainmeister's taken 11th with Corner Crack in 12th. Wilson Big Mike is taken 13th. Mr. Deathzone 14th. Baggy way down in 15th. So the championship leader really feeling the pain after disconnecting at the start of this race. Saturn's in 16th with Ian TDI in 17th, and TJTD Adam finishing the race in the pit. So 33 laps. We had rain towards the end. TSR Piolo has indeed come out victorious with AJ to the P in 2nd and Car Mentalist, the big mover there towards the end of the race, making himself up a gaggle of places to get himself on the podium. So this is certainly going to make next week's race interesting and the rest of the championship as we'll look at last week's results very quickly. So as we can see, it's going to be all changed next week when we come back, and of course we will be racing at Hungary. So make sure you set your alarm clocks, hit the like button, hit subscribe, get involved, join on Discord. We're on Twitter as well. I'm just very quickly looking for what am I looking for? It's not that. I'm looking for that. There we go. So yes, so it is the Winter Sprint Series that we're taking part of at the moment. And here is your calendar. So it is Hungary next week. We then do have ourselves a break over Christmas after the Hungary race. When we come back, it'll be Suzuka, Kyalami and Barcelona. We were going to bring you very quickly a look at the amateur and silver categories. But we will give that a miss at the moment. I'm still trying to figure out why that's showing that. Thanks very much for joining in though. We really appreciate you getting involved. The next event we've got, of course, is the Brands Hatch event we mentioned earlier, 13th of December. That is a 1 hour race at Brands Hatch. Still spaces, so get yourself involved. And also after that we do of course have the Silverstone 2.4 hour Christmas Bash. So get yourself involved, join in on Twitter, on Discord, and you can get yourself involved in some of this fantastic racing. We will be back of course next week. Unfortunately we were joined earlier by SOP Colour Red. He did disconnect. I am Double O Raven.